In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can use AI to extract data out of invoices and get them organized, ready to deal with sales tax. And this particular video was a request from somebody in the AI Academy. If I just go across, he said, he's from the UK, but even if you're not in the UK, you could apply this idea, take the idea, not necessarily the exact use case. He said, thanks for getting back to me. Great to hear the workflow is working well. By the way, I do have a Claude Pro account in case that helps with anything. He said, on your VAT question, and VAT is UK sales tax, if you're not sure, on your VAT question, this particular client is not within MTD, Making Tax Digital, at the moment because it's still a very small business. What I'm really looking for is a simple way to extract the key data from the invoices into a spreadsheet rather than someone having to look through each invoice manually, which of course is time consuming, and type everything in. So the need here is just for a basic spreadsheet showing the relevant details from the purchase and sales invoices, which we can then use to prepare the VAT figures and populate the VAT return. I'll stop there. You get the point. So he asked, what's the best way to do that, to extract the data and get it into a structured way? And there's a number of ways that you can do this, one of which is there is software that does this, things like Dext, HubDoc, for example, auto entry. So yes, you could pay for those tools to do it, but there are other ways to do it. And I think the very best way of doing it is, at the moment, as I'm recording this, in April of 2026, it's using Claude, because Claude is extraordinary what it can do. It's just, in the first 4 months of 2026, it's just come on so far in its capabilities. And what I'm going to use is Claude Cowork. Now, a word of warning. Number one, you do have to have a paid account to do what I'm doing, but it's only something like $20 a month. And when you start to see all the extraordinary things you can do, the time that you can save, I think it's a really, really small investment, particularly that when we use the full capabilities of what we can do with Claude now, we can actually start to replace some of our other tech stack. Anyway, that's perhaps for another day. There is a second issue, of course, and that is we do have to be mindful of privacy and security, of client confidentiality, and so you should really be using a Claude Teams plan. And the problem with that is with Claude, as opposed to ChatGPT, you do need to have 5 seats. With ChatGPT, it's just 2. So for a smaller, perhaps solo practice, it can be more expensive. But nevertheless, when you start to understand the other things that Claude can do, I think it's very much worthwhile. And I'm going to talk about those on other videos in the future. So let's just look at how would I solve this particular issue? How would I use AI to speed up the process? And for this, I've got some data, and let me just pull that up. So I've gone and got some data for a fictional business. It's a fine foods company, and we've got some invoices. This one's insurance. By the way, this is a UK example, but I've got some insurance. I have some fuel. I have some invoices that the client sent. This is from another, obviously some supplies. We've got gas and no idea what that is, but we've got all sorts of a mix of different types of invoices, which is what we tend to get from clients. And as well as the invoices, we've got some sales invoices, which we'll need to account for sales tax on. So we've got this particular fictional company is called Hartwell, Fine Foods, and we've got a whole bunch of invoices. Okay, so how can we speed up the process of analyzing these if we don't want to subscribe to other software like Dext, Auto Entry, HubDoc? Well, I would use Claude for this. It's the best tool for extracting the data and building an Excel spreadsheet. You could use other AI tools. I played with different ones. This is the one that's going to get you there the fastest. Obviously, be aware of the privacy security, and of course, there is a small investment in Claude. So I'm going to use, let me go across to Claude right now. I'm going to be using Cowork because Cowork can do some really extraordinary things. Now, they just changed the layout. Cowork came out in January 2026. It really is extraordinary what you can do with it. You have to have the paid for account. It's well worth it. They do have, when you open up the app, and you do currently have to have the app For this, we have our normal Claude chat, and then we have a tab, and it's moved it across to the left. We have our Claude Cowork, and then we have Claude Code for coding. And basically, Claude Cowork is kind of a combination of the two. It's really uses code, but in a more friendly environment that we tend to be familiar with if you use Claude Chat or ChatGPT. We're in a friendly kind of environment, but there's a lot of really interesting things that we can do with this. And one of the things I love about Claude and Cowork is it works with folders on your desktop, and you can specify which folders. So to do this job, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the plus button. Sorry, I'm going to hit the work in a project, and I'm going to select a folder. I happen to have a folder set up for this business called Hartwell's on my computer where I've put all of the invoices. So I'm going to just select the folder where my client's data is. And if you haven't done that, you just hit choose a different folder, and you can find a folder on your desktop, browse for it where you've got those invoices. So I've got a folder set up already, and it's going to ask me if it's okay for Claude to change files. And that's because it's going to build an Excel spreadsheet for me. So I'm going to hit the allow button. Now I've got the folder set up. We can see that's just underneath it says Hartwell. What we now need to do is put in the prompt. So I'm just going to go and grab a prompt that I've already written. So here's the prompt. It's a long one because, as you perhaps know, I teach prompt engineering, and with prompts, the more specific you are, the better the results you'll get. It doesn't mean you have to go to this level of detail. And by the way, I do use AI to help me to craft these prompts. I'm not going to read it all to you. I just want to give you a little bit of an overview of some of the things that are in this prompt. So it says you are a UK VAT data extraction assistant. If you're not in the UK, you could use a prompt like this and just change it for your country. And this is just giving it a role to play. So you're a data extraction assistant for an accounting practice. Your job is to read every document in the selected folder. So that's the folder that we've already selected: PDFs, images, and Excel files. Extract the relevant financial data and produce a single Excel workbook ready for VAT return preparation. If you're in the US, you could change that to sales tax return preparation. And I will make this prompt available, and if you're not in the UK, you could just simply use it as a starting point in AI and say, hey, please change this prompt so it would work for my firm in Canada, in Australia, in whatever, and AI will change it for you. And then I've got a series of steps. So step one is to read and classify every document, and I've gone and expanded on that. Step two is to extract the following fields from each document. So this is going to be things like, of course, the date and the descriptions, the currencies, the net amounts, the sales tax rate, VAT in this case, and so on. So I'm giving it very specific instructions as to what I want to extract. And I would certainly recommend that if this is something you're going to do more than once, it's worth spending a bit of time making sure that you have a great prompt that's very specific about what details you want to get from the documentation. And then number three is flag edge cases. So let me just explain this. As you extract the data, flag any of the following situations in a notes column. So I've got things like if it's a foreign currency, if it's VAT exempt, if there's no VAT number, if it's a reduced rate, if it's mixed rates, reverse charge, poor quality, hard to read. In other words, an edge case is simply figuring out what are all those things that could potentially go wrong. Let's tell it what to do in those circumstances, or what to flag up. And then step four is to create the Excel workbook. And again, I've been very specific at telling it what columns do I need. I want columns for the sales side, and I want columns for the expenses side, and I want a sales tab. I'm telling it specifically what tabs I want. I want a tab for sales, a tab for purchases. I want a tab for the VAT summary, and this is UK one, so it's specifically telling me in the summary what to put in which boxes on the VAT return. Okay, and then I've got a bit of information about formatting, how I wanted it formatted. So it's got, even as the detail goes to the level of even what colors to use on the Excel spreadsheet. Now, you don't have to go to this level of detail, but it gives you a more consistent output if you're creating spreadsheets, if you use, for example, your preferred colors, perhaps your brand colors. And then it goes on with some rules. Read every file, do not skip any documents, do not invent or assume data, do not convert foreign currencies, extract in the original currency and flag for manual conversion, verify your maths, and when a document has mixed VAT rates, the overall net and VAT should still equal gross, but break down the VAT components in the notes. Now please read all the documents in the selected folder and create the Excel workbook. So let's just go. So I know I've talked for a bit, but as you get that wouldn't take long just to copy and paste that prompt if you have that prompt ready set up. And it's now going to work through this process. And if you've not used Claude before, I'm going to have lots more videos on Claude, particularly Claude Cowork, which I'm using all the time. Not on this computer, it's on my work one. In fact, one of the things about Claude Cowork is that at the moment, it doesn't share things from one computer to another. Everything's isolated on the computer, which I'm happy with. This is my demonstration computer. If you're using chat, then just like ChatGPT, then Claude does share all your chats across your different devices, but not if you're using Cowork at the moment, it's isolated. But that's no problem for me and for most people working on one computer. So what we can see is, as it's doing this, it's reading things. In the top right, we have a progress bar, so it's giving us an indication of the progress it's making. And then we have a second box on the far right where it's listing all of the invoices currently working on. So it's gone into that folder called Hartwell's and it's identifying all the different invoices. It's also got a instructions file, a claude.md file. So as you start to work with Claude, it will start to create these instruction files so it remembers things. And one of the things I love about Claude and Claude Cowork is its memory. It's very, very good at memorizing things across your projects, within your projects, which just gets better. It learns as you work with it. And if we set things up in the right way, we can improve that with our general instructions and actually get it to create Claude MD files, instruction files, and update memory with every task it does. Anyway, it's now, let's see where it's got to. It's now got all 16 documents extracted. They're cross-checked. Before I build the workbook, there's a locked file. Oh, that's because there's an Excel spreadsheet that it doesn't need to have access to. That's fine. Oh, because it's still open on my desktop. Yes, I think it's an Excel file when I did this as a test earlier. Okay, so it's now saying, let me build the workbook. So it didn't take long to extract that data. It's pretty quick, and I don't know, what, 2-3 minutes to do that. Now it's doing the Excel bit of it. It's building the Excel spreadsheet. And in the bottom right, we can see context, and it's got skills. And we'll talk about skills on another video. It's one of the best features of Claude. It's these skills that we can create. And it's certainly very good at building Excel spreadsheets. It's also good inside Excel itself. Okay, it's doing its thing. It usually doesn't take too long. It's probably going to take about another 30-60 seconds, but I'm going to just hit the pause button and wait for it to do its thing, and then we'll see what it has done. Okay, so it took about another minute, perhaps 2 minutes to do, and it's now says it's finished it, and it's also come up with the headline figures, it's come up with some items it's flagged, and it's also created the document. And so if I go across to my folder called Hartwell's, I can see we have the Excel spreadsheet as well as, of course, all the invoices. It's put it in there, and I can see that we have a nice summary of all the sales. We have the purchasers in the column J, it's flagged up all the things that we should perhaps check, things like VAT exemption. These are the edge cases that I put into the prompt. And then finally, we have our summary with what to put in the various boxes in the first box, and then a record again of the things it's flagged up that we might want to check, which I think is pretty extraordinary how quick it did that. And I have double checked it. It is correct. Or everything checks. And as it goes through it, it will say, just checking the calculations, just double checking, verifying everything. Claude is really good when it's working with Excel. I hope you found that valuable. And even if you don't want to use that exact use case, perhaps you're not in the UK, I'm sure it's given you some inspiration on how you can adapt the prompt for other use cases where you're extracting data from raw materials like invoices and want to put them into a structured list such as Excel spreadsheets ready to put into, for example, a bookkeeping system, or for analysing in really the limits your imagination. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.